Hello, welcome to the Green Man Pub here. Green Man Pub and Hotel near Wembley. I'm just going to go on my drink and stand over there like that. It is the EFL Cup Final. Thanks for joining me. This is my YouTube channel. No particular name for it yet, but obviously I'm going to document Southampton a lot of the time. Got there after going unbeaten, and obviously unbeaten, but also no goals conceded is the way of putting it, really. That's the best way to describe it. Before the final, went to the second leg at Liverpool, absolutely fantastic. Sometimes we were a little bit lucky to not concede, but we didn't. Got that goal right at the end with Shane Long, and as we speak probably the teams have actually been announced, so we better get a move on at the end of this clip. But Long maybe even be starting today over Gabbiadini, who knows. In the first leg, that Nathan Redmond goal, Redmond, who can't finish a lot of the time, actually did in the first leg when he got one chance. Could have had a hat-trick, didn't. The Arsenal game, obviously, great win there. Jordy Classy getting his first goal. Who knows, he might get another one today. That would be something. It's going to be a great day. Put your comments on this at the end. I'm obviously going to put this together with a lot of clips following this, what's going on in the game, penalty shootouts, who knows, and then all the celebrations, hopefully celebrations, fingers crossed, at the end, who knows. Quietly waiting to talk. On the other side of the camera is Jack Turner. Jack's a Man U fan and a kind of allegiance to both teams, so in a way kind of neutral, but he's joining me in the Southampton end today. Jack, what are your thoughts ahead of the final? Who do you think is going to score, and what do you think of Man U's run that they've had as well?
I think in terms of Man U's run, it's really interesting in the five below Chelsea in the Premier League. It's becoming really interesting. Man U have got themselves back into the Champions League running, but in terms of the final, I think Ibrahimovic is definitely going to score. The run he's been on at the moment, I just can't see Southampton overcoming Man U's experience of big games and big finals.
No. Sorry, no, I wasn't. I was just panning away to get to.
So I think it'll be close, but I think Man U will just edge it, and Mourinho will be keen to get his first major, if you can call the League Cup a major trophy, his first major trophy for Man U.
Indeed, so there you have it. Claude Puel with his first major final, let's not forget, for Southampton as well, to be fair. Interesting about Claude Puel, a lot of people were really against him before that second leg. And we also, let's not forget, since then, had a 3-1 home defeat to West Ham after Gabbiadini put us in the lead. Not a great game that was, to go 3-1 down. But then we came back by winning 4-0 at Sunderland. Also, a good point to mention, we don't have a home game at the moment for a good, 5-6 weeks as well, so it'd be great to get a win here just for that fact alone. So following this will be my highlights of the game. This is the EFL Cup Final, and thanks for watching. If you like the video, by the way, I will just say now, drop a comment underneath, and yeah, maybe subscribe if you want more. Cheers. Southampton did have the ball in the net, possibly through Gabbiadini. Cedric, the ball had been cleared. Bertrand did a brilliant run, put the cross in, got cleared. Cedric won it back, put in a brilliant low ball. It was in the net, but unfortunately the linesman down on the far side down there had his flag up, much to everyone's annoyance. I don't know about you, Jack. What did you think of that offside decision?
Well, it's impossible to tell from here down the other end of the pitch. It did look like there were quite a few Saints players on the edge, if not offside. But the linesman had a much better view than we did, so I can't really say.
19th minute, we've got 1-0 down. United getting a free kick just on the edge of the box. The ref had played advantage and then brought it back. And as soon as we saw Ibra over the free kick, it looked like something was going to happen, to be honest. Him and Pogba stood over it and jerked into the bottom corner.
I thought Pogba was going to take it actually, but well, Southampton were wishing he had probably.
I think Ibrahimovic has had a habit of scoring free kicks over the last few weeks. He's definitely in the goals anyway from open play at Blackburn. And it's about the only real clear-cut chance Man U have had so far, even though Saints have generally been the better team.
They have been.
Yeah, but unfortunately we're 1-0 down, just hit 20 minutes. Come on, Saints. Second, 33rd minute, 32 minutes, Ibrahimovic is down, getting attended to. If I had a programme, I'd be able to tell who the referee is. Saints have got a throw on the right, so I actually know who the referee is. I haven't been able to work it out either, so it's a shame. But Southampton probably should be level in the next 15 minutes. It's been in and about the box, but the real biggest chance was just now for Dusan Tadic opening up for him on the edge of the box, just between the two defenders. And he took a bit of a scupper. He didn't hit it cleanly, did he, at all? Were you surprised with the amount of space that he had?
Very surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get many chances as good as that.
No.
If any, in this game. Got a bit of the Redmond disease and didn't put a great chance in the back of the net.
No. Which is, Saints, it's played over the top to Tadic. Bertrand's not quite going to get that. And just before that, actually, Gandini found loads of space on the right, got into the right side of the box, just hesitated too long with his decision making, and the Man U cleared it again. He's probably used to the pace of Serie A, and he's not going to get that time in this country, even in a cup final. So Saints have had, again, most of the pressure since the goal, but can't quite get a goal. Come on. It's not good. It's 2-0 for Man U. Played nearly 40 minutes. Jesse Lingard getting the goal, started on the wing. And essentially Man U had a throw in down on the right hand side. Down there in front of us. Worked it across the edge of the box. Rather like a training ground goal. Played it off to Lingard. Acres of space on the edge of the box, like Tadic had with the earlier chance that I was talking about earlier. And unfortunately this time actually did something with it, put it in the bottom corner, no pressure at all, completely calm, cool finish. Forster didn't really have much chance. Since then Stevens has gone to try and get on an attack at the other end, made a great tackle. I have to say I was not impressed by the Man U players surrounding the referee to get him sent off. We're just going to see the free kick now. That is a good point as well. Not too sure why it's our free kick, but this is what's come as a result. It seemed like the referee gave a yellow card to Stevens when everyone else was playing for a red from the Man U end, and then we came out with the free kick, Jack. So I don't quite know, like you say, what happened there. But what was your take on the goal, the second goal? Just poor defending, really.
It was very well worked by the United players down in this corner to get the ball out when they were outnumbered by Saints players. But when the ball came into the middle of the pitch, it was just too easy, and Lingard had too much space.
Yeah.
And the difference between the two teams so far is when Man U have had chances, they've taken them, and Saints have had them, they haven't.
No. And that pretty much sums it up. Saints, on the possession, they've taken off the screen at the moment, but it was actually 50-50. It seemed like we'd had the majority. I'm not sure, as Gabbiadini gets down the right now, that Man U have barely had to work for their lead, and suddenly they're 2 goals to the good. We've not created a whole lot more, to be honest, the set piece and that one chance from the throw-in. That's about it. Nearly half time. So yeah, as the teams come back out, we find that Matt has been replaced, Michael Carrick's come on. Saints did get a goal right before half-time through Gabbiadini in the 6-yard box, and they're right back in the game. Ward-Prowse put the cross in, and the great news is this half we're actually shooting towards our own fans, so as everyone makes their way back into their seats, the second half's getting underway. Southampton are right back in this. Gabbiadini certainly looks like the fox in the box. He's got 3 in 4 now since he came in. 4 in 3 actually, let me spin that round. And he actually nutmegged a gear for the goal. So even though they should have been ahead probably, Saints, before Man U took the lead, they're right back in this game. And this half's going to be interesting. Certainly got options to bring on. Rodriguez, Long, Boufal has always had a spark. So it's over to the players now. Saints right back in the game. He caught the end of that goal. Gabbiadini, I think he hit it on the turn, Jeff. We've got no idea. Came from a corner. He had 2 consecutive corners in a row. Following half time. Gabbiadini's got another goal. He's made it 5 goals. 5 goals in 3 games now for Gabbiadini. 5 in 3. Absolutely ridiculous. What a fox in the box he's turning out to be. That one was just on the edge of the 6-yard box. He's turned around and smacked it in the bottom corner. Come on! It's 2-2. United certainly shell-shocked now. Mourinho's not sat down for the whole game so far. While play's been in play, obviously. And here comes Redmond. Nearly so easily be 3-2 to Saints. They've had most of the pressure since the 2-2. And I'll be really gutted now if we go behind again, because we've put in a lot of work to get back into this. To go behind again, I'm not sure we've come back from it. We really need to take advantage to get the 3rd goal. Show nearly a hat-trick for Gabbiadini. And De Gea was nowhere. What have you made of the second half, Jack, so far?
All Southampton so far.
Carrick obviously came on for Mata at the break. Didn't really make much of a difference because almost immediately they conceded again. And now it's kind of backfired on them. So they're one attacker short. And they haven't created too much. Into the final 4 minutes, and you're not going to believe it. United have taken the lead again. Worst possible scenario. Ibrahimovic, after a spell of a little bit of decent pressure, they got it out wide to the right. I think it was Valencia or someone crossed it in. We thought we gave it away in the middle of the park actually. Ibrahimovic ran with it. We kept him wide. We kept Rashford wide, who's come on for Lingard. Then they recycled it. Ibrahimovic was unmarked inside the 6-yard box, almost down Forster's throat, but I think the power took it past him. Rooney was about to come on, and I think now he's sat down again, and Mourinho's preparing Fellaini to come on instead. So that says it all really about where his mind is. And Jack Quell took off Gabbiadini, put on Shane Long. Could that cost him now?
I think it might already have done. It might already have cost him. They had a great ball across the penalty box for Southampton a few minutes ago, which I'm sure Gabbiadini would have been on the end of. Yeah. But as it was, none of the same strikers on the pitch could get on the end of it.
No, and funnily enough, when it was that chance, Boufal's come on for Tadic as Martial, ref's blown up. Boufal's come on for Tadic after about 75 minutes. Boufal played a great ball, took it out the sky, played it to Bertrand played it over, but no one can get a final important touch, and you never know if Gabbiadini was on, it might have been a hat-trick, and I'm told he should have probably had a hat-trick, and the chance off the post, and the earlier goal that was disallowed was apparently not offside, so we'll see about that later, but very unlucky. It's full time. That goal from Ibrahimovic, sadly, has won the game. We're just going to stay behind him, let some of the traffic go. But I had a feeling, I said fingers crossed, but I had a feeling at 2-2, one of those chances, the one that hit the post, the other chance that Gabbiadini was supposed to have scored in the first half, which apparently might not have been offside. We got wrongly done there. Should have probably been a hat-trick for him, and it's ended us costing the game. I had a feeling at 2-2 when we were on top for a very good 15-20 minutes. We should have taken advantage, and there you go, that's what happens in football. Man U went and won the game. They've barely done much else apart from the 3 goals, but that's what a good side does, unfortunately. It's going to take a few hours to kind of digest and really hit us that we haven't won. That's just how it goes. gut-wrenching to have done all of those good games, beat Sunderland at home without Buffal goal, it was a very stale game, beat Crystal Palace, Esker scored, beat Arsenal, didn't concede there either, didn't concede, beat Liverpool over 2 legs, and then we go and concede 3 in the final, and especially go behind really early, rather unluckily. As a final and as a spectacle, it was a really good game compared to recent EFL Cup finals. And Jack, I suppose you probably feel similar from the game's point of view. What would you say of the overall?
I was actually slightly disappointed that Man U scored at the end, not because of all the effort Southampton had put in and they deserved to get something from the game, but it had just been such a great game of football. I was really looking forward to extra time and another 30 minutes of it. But all you can say is that Southampton were brilliant, but it was their lack of ability to put chances away which cost them. If they'd been as clinical as Man U had been, they'd have won quite comfortably, I think.
Especially Buffal, I think maybe he did. I thought he was going to make the difference maybe when he came on for Tadic. He'd done it in the competition before, not today. He did when he had the ball, he did give it away a few times, did two more tricks than he needed to, and we lost the ball on a couple of occasions. And like Jack says, I do agree with him. I think I was looking forward to extra time. It almost seemed like he was destined for extra time, but like I said, at 2-2, anything can happen really, and those were Man U's main 3 chances. So real shame, and in the end Gabbiadini going off, I think probably a little bit early, as Corkwell goes up to take the runners-up medal as with the rest of the team. And it was a bit of an odd decision to take Gabbiadini off. Could you put a reason why he did that?
No, simply. The only possible explanation I can think of is if he wasn't 100% fit or he was trying to keep him fit for the remainder of the season, but surely as this is by far Southampton's biggest game of the season, you would keep him on for the whole match. Taking Gabbiadini off was one of, if not the key moments of the match.
But oh well, onwards and upwards, up the Saints. So yeah guys, now back in the car after that 3-2 defeat. I think I'm going to have to use this to review the game because, to be honest, you can't really hear us in other locations. It's so windy at the top there up at Wembley. But I haven't turned on the radio yet because I don't want to see the reaction, because I know it's all going to be disappointment. And for Southampton, something I mentioned up on the Wembley podium just now, that if they'd won that game, it would have meant, in reflection, that they would have been in the Europa League next year. They're now not going to be in that, because I can't see them reaching that, as Jack's rightly told me a minute ago, in the league. And we obviously messed it up this year when it came to playing Hapoel Beersheva and Inter Milan, where we should have won. You might have seen me online for that one on Facebook. They started slightly the better team, United, and then faded away after 4 or 5 minutes. Then got the first goal from the free kick completely out of nothing. Ibrahimovic barely did anything else for the rest of the game, won a few clever fouls here and there, and then there he was when it mattered inside the 6-yard box from Herrera's cross to stick it in. It was kind of right down Fraser Forster's throat. Maybe if he had even bigger reactions than he did at the time, he would have kept it out, rather like the reactions in the semi-final second leg, but today it wasn't to be. I think everyone thought when we were 2-0 down just before half-time that was it, game over. Then suddenly Gabbiadini with 1. And we always looked like we had that threat when he was on the pitch. Once he came off, it didn't seem... we didn't seem as threatening, but that's the way it goes. Obviously Long came on, Buffal came on, Rodriguez came on, and we still had Redmond at the end, but none of them could make a difference, and we huffed and puffed to try and get a third. We had very little time to do it. Great for Rooney. He could have lifted his last trophy as a Man U player. It might be his last final as a Man U player. Who knows? We'll see whether they get through against Chelsea in a couple of weeks. We have to look onwards and upwards. We've now not got a game. We were supposed to play United at home in 2 weeks on that weekend, but we won't because they're playing in the Cup. We were supposed to obviously play Arsenal this weekend. We've now not got a home game until early April as it stands against Bournemouth. So that is going to be one very interesting few weeks. We've got Watford away next week, and they scraped a draw with West Ham yesterday at Vicarage Road. We've then got Spurs 2 weeks after that at White Hart Lane, and then it's the international break before we play the Bournemouth in a derby at the beginning of April, by which time the clocks will have gone forward and will be another month from now. So a few interesting weeks to look ahead to now, but a really disappointing day for Southampton. Man U have to kind of push on, see what they can do in the Europa League and FA Cup. FA Cup might be a difficult task, it must be said, and in the Europa League with Rostov. But today they didn't do much, and I think if you asked them behind the scenes, they'd had kind of proclaim that they did get away with it and they were under the cosh a fair bit. But that's what great players do. Mourinho had brought on Carrick, start at half time. Came on straight away, they conceded an equaliser, so his first contribution wasn't that great, but then maybe as the game went on you could say he anchored the midfield a little bit more. Mata hadn't done much wrong, but I think they were a little bit unbalanced. And Fellaini came on, saw the game out, so it's onwards and upwards for Saints. A great day for Man U. From a Southampton point of view, I'll be posting more videos on this channel throughout the rest of the season. Do hope you've enjoyed the highlights from today, as I now sit here and have a bit of chance to reflect. My voice has been going slightly from talking and from the singing about Gabbiadini and Shane Long and the rest of them. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope the action looks fantastic, and I'll see you next time. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, make a comment below if you like, and subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thanks for watching this time, and I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.